On Global TV News Prime tonight, President Bola Tinubu said to attend 2024 Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. In business, House of Representatives members call for a review in budgetary allocation to Bureau of Public Enterprise. On the foreign scene, Niger exempts Burkina Faso, Mali in grain export ban. In sports, Mbappe to address Swedish judiciary if required. Hello and a very welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and 3 on our website. Tonight, let's begin by Chairman of Nigerian Senior Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, says the 2024 Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit will be graced by President Bola Tinubu and renowned business magnate Aliko Dangote. Dabiri Erewa, who spoke during a press conference in Abuja, stated that the summit scheduled for November 5 to 7, 2024 in the Federal Capital Territory is expected to attract over 2,000 participants, both in person and virtually. She noted that the event underscores the significance of diaspora investments in Nigeria's economic growth. The Northern Elders Progressive Group has commended President Bola Tinubu's bold approach to tackling insecurity in the northern region, praising what it called his Fason Yama strategy for yielding significant positive results. Chairman of the Arewa Elders Progressive Group in the Northwest, Mustafa Ma, applauded Tinubu's decision to take the fight to the bandits' hideout, describing it as a major achievement in the quest for peace and security. The Northern Elders said President Tinubu's aggressive approach, which involves using military force to crush bandits without mercy, has shown promising results. The Association of Chairmen of Local Government Service Commissions in Nigeria has stressed the need to address security and contemporary challenges at the local government level. The association made the plea at its 3-day annual national summit held in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. Jumai Manson has more on the story. We'll bring you details of that report in the course of our bulletin. In the meantime, the Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Sonny Echono, has called on local government areas to make strategic investments in tertiary education. Echono stated this after receiving an award of excellence at a 3-day annual summit organized by the Association of Chairmen of Local Government Chairmen in Nigeria. The Executive Secretary thanked President Bola Tinubu for restoring autonomy to local governments and reaffirmed that TED Fund will continue to support tertiary education in Nigeria. Let's return to our earlier story now, where the Association of Chairmen of Local Government Service Commissions in Nigeria has stressed the need to address security and contemporary challenges at the local government level. The association made the plea at its 3-day annual national summit held in Abuja. Juman Masin has more.
His citation.
The theme of this year's summit is addressing security and other contemporary challenges at the local government areas in Nigeria. The summit brought together key stakeholders to deliberate on local level security issues and explore innovative solutions. Presented an award for effective service to the Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Sonny Echono. The chairman of the association, Senator Kaka Rijau, praised Echono for his dedication and open-door leadership style, describing him as a leader loyal to nation building.
Most of the public secondary schools and universities you see projects is from the TED Fund. Honestly, congratulations. We want to thank you and I want to urge you to do more for what you have started doing. And I believe this award will go far, and also giving you the strength so that you can perform better.
The Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Sonny Echono, expressed gratitude to the association, emphasizing that TED Fund's interventions cover not only federal and state institutions, but also include support for local governments. He further expressed his enthusiasm for the autonomy given to local government areas, urging them to contribute at the upcoming National Research Fair.
TED Fund is there and ready to continue to provide needed support for the development of a tertiary education sector in our country. We are very confident that now that you will be in charge of your resources, we will begin to see local governments also invest in tertiary education.
Stakeholders at the summit reiterated the importance of collaborative efforts in tackling the security challenges faced by local communities. For Global Television, Jumai Manson reporting.
Thank you so very much, Jumai, for reporting there tonight. Let's turn to a different story. President Bola Tinubu has joined the people and chiefs of Ile-Ife and the global Yoruba community in commemorating the 50th birthday of the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi, the Ojaja II. The president conveyed his birthday message through a statement signed by his special advisor on media and publicity, Bayo Onanuga, noting that Ooni's extraordinary leadership and maturity since ascending the throne at 41. He emphasized his significant role in preserving the rich traditions of the Yoruba people in the ancient city known as the Source. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to increase the yearly budgetary allocation for the Bureau of Public Procurement to enable it effectively discharge its constitutional mandate. The resolution of the House was a sequel to the adoption of a motion at Thursday's plenary on the need to review the budgetary allocation for the Bureau of Public Procurement, moved by the member representing Ukanafo or Ruk Anam Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State, Uyeme Indem, stressing the need for transparency, competitiveness, cost-effectiveness, and professionalism in the public sector procurement system. He argued that the BPP requires adequate funding to fulfill its functions for the good of the country. A compressed natural gas-powered vehicle explosion in Benin, Edo State has left 3 people severely injured, including a motorist who suffered eye injuries. The explosion was reportedly traced to a cylinder that had been fabricated by a welder without proper approval. The welder has reportedly turned himself in to the police. The incident occurred while vehicles were queuing to fill their cylinders at the station. The vehicle being attended to suddenly exploded. A mass burial has been held for over 147 victims of a petrol tanker explosion at Magia town in one mass grave, adding that dozens of victims were burnt beyond recognition. The Nigerian Medical Association has appealed to doctors to rush to emergency rooms to help with the influx of patients. The National Emergency Management Agency says the death toll could rise from 147. The presidency says the absence of President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashif Shettima in the country does not create any leadership vacuum. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the 2 leaders are fully engaged with the nation's affairs even while they are away. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has knocked policemen and soldiers stealing arms and ammunition from their formation to criminal elements. Ribadu disclosed this in Abuja during the destruction of arms by the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons. The NSA says security agents involved in the act are worse than human, adding that efforts must be put in place to check such elements. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun says the police force will continue to upload its former chief's legacies to enhance its operations. The police chief made this known at a strategic meeting with former Inspector General of Police in Abuja. Kikelamo Okere completes the report.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the aim of the meeting is to facilitate a meaningful dialogue for the purpose of fortifying the foundation for effective policing in Nigeria. He pointed out that the current leadership of the force is building on the strong foundation laid by the former police chiefs to, among others, meet modern-day security demands.
All of you contributed immensely to the growth and development of the Nigerian police force. And I want to assure you that we are building on the foundations that you laid.
Speaking on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar emphasized the need for experienced experts within the Nigerian police force to effectively address the current security challenges bedeviling the country. He reaffirmed their commitment to support the Nigerian police force in all capacity while offering collective experience and wisdom to help navigate the trying times.
Inspector General of Police to rub minds on the issues of policy and security and strategy in this country. And we shall continue to do this because we are police and police is us, just like you are. You know the challenging situation in this country, and therefore the Inspector General of Police and all of you need experience, expertise, and the technical know-how to be able to discharge your responsibilities of protection of life and property.
The meeting underscores the importance of continuity and mentorship as past IGPs seize the opportunity to address and share their experiences with the members of the force management team and other senior officers of the Nigerian Police Force. Kike Lomoko Keri, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kike. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced that the 2025 Anambra State governorship election will be held on Saturday, November 8, 2025. The Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, made the announcement during a consultative meeting with political parties in Abuja. Yakubu noted that the formal notice of the election will be published on November 13, 2024, in line with the requirements of the Electoral Act 2022, which mandates that the notice for any election be issued no later than 360 days before the election date. A rift is believed to have emerged within the Kwankwansia political movement as the faction advocates for the political independence of Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf from his mentor, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. The group, allegedly sponsored by Secretary to the Kano State government, Abdullahi Bichi, argues that significant development in Kano State requires the governor to free himself from Kwankwaso's influence. Kwankwaso, the leader of the Kwankwasia movement, a political base he leads, has been accused of exerting undue influence over the governor's administration, with critics describing it as a symbolic third term by proxy. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says no fewer than 10,852 suspects were arrested between July and October 2024. He disclosed these during a strategic meeting with commissioners of police and other senior officers in Abuja. Kekelamo Okere has more.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the statistics indicate a substantial decrease in crime rate in the key areas, including significant strides in combating violent crimes such as banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and cybercrime. He noted that from July to October this year, the Nigerian Police Force has rescued 369 kidnapped victims, recovered 416 firearms of various makes, retrieved 178 vehicles, and seized 3,672 rounds of ammunition of different caliber.
Foster a safe and secure environment for all Nigerians, thereby reinforcing the trust that is fundamental to our effectiveness. We must build on the progress we have made in addressing security concerns across our nation. Over the past few months, the force has significantly enhanced the safety and security of the country.
Speaking on the forthcoming off-cycle election in Ondo State, the police chief urged the senior officers to replicate and build upon the successes recorded in Edo State election. He further stated that patrols will be increased and other measures will be put in place to ensure the security of lives and properties throughout Ember Month.
In the country's internal security framework is vital. We must lead by example. With the upcoming off-cycle gubernatorial election in Ondo State, the local government council elections nationwide, and the challenges of the current Ember months, our vigilance and commitment to enhance security are paramount. Together, let's strive to foster a safe and secure environment for all Nigerians.
As the festive season approached, the Inspector General of Police further urged the senior officers to intensify efforts to secure all areas, particularly urban and semi-urban centers, major highways, as well as to collaborate effectively with other security agencies and stakeholders to bolster security nationwide. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The federal government has taken delivery of 1 million doses of the R21 Matrix-M malaria vaccine donated by Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. The World Health Organization had in December 2023 added R21 Matrix-M malaria vaccine to its list of pre-qualified vaccines. Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyiwa Aino, says the arrival of the malaria vaccine from Gavi is a testament to President Bola Tinubu's commitment to protecting the lives of Nigerians. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, says the service has intercepted 20 container loads of sophisticated arms and ammunition worth about 10 billion naira since 2018. The Customs Boss describes the scale and sophistication of the illegal activities of the criminal gangs behind the importation as alarming. Adeniyi, while addressing the media on the achievements of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the service, disclosed that since 2018, Customs have intercepted 20 significant shipments of illicit arms. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Abubakar, says the Nigerian Air Force will take delivery of 50 brand new aircraft between December this year and 2026. Marshal Abubakar said this at the second biannual meeting with branch chiefs and air officers commanding in Abuja, where he stated that the Nigerian Air Force had successfully inducted 12 aircrafts into its inventory over the past year. He noted that it was a remarkable achievement that the Nigerian Air Force had not witnessed a very long time. Senator representing Kano South, Sumaila Kawu, has advocated that the elective and appointed political office holders be subjected to a drug test before assuming office. Contributing to a debate on the floor of the Senate in Abuja, Senator Kawu alleged that political leaders buy drugs for their supporters during elections. You're watching the News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When the news returns tonight, Flying Eagles rounding off preparation in Lome for their participation in the 2024 WAFCON Zone B Under-20 Championship. We'll have those details and more for you after this short break. Please do stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you a live broadcast of News Prime with Thuyi Agumofwebe. Thank you so very much for your time with us. Now let's turn to business. The House of Representatives has appealed to the federal government to urgently transmit the medium-term expenditure framework to the National Assembly to avail lawmakers ample time to work on the 2025 appropriation bill. This is as the lawmakers, drawn across party affiliations, expressed displeasure at the practice of delayed presentation of annual budget proposals to the Parliament, leaving the lawmakers with little time to do a great job. President of the World Bank, Ajay Banga, has unveiled a new simplified corporate scorecard to measure its progress ahead of a gathering of global financial leaders in Washington next week. The bank's new yardstick of accountability has reduced the number of indicators from around 150 to just 22, noting that the simplified set of indicators should make it easier to evaluate progress. Ahead of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund's semi-annual gathering of senior financial policymakers in Washington next week, Banga also took stock of the reforms the development lender has made to become bigger and better since he took office in June of last year. On the foreign scene, Nigeria's military authorities have banned rice, cereal, and other food exports to all countries except fellow junta-led Burkina Faso and Mali to protect local supply. Junta Chief Abdurrahman Tiani took the measure to protect the supply of the internal markets and make the goods of mass consumption accessible. That's what the government has told the sub-region. These prohibitions do not apply to exports to Mali and Burkina Faso, Nigeria's allied neighbors, which are also ruled by military leaders who took power in coups. The Israel Defense Forces have confirmed that the hits Nabati in southern Lebanon. 5 people were killed by airstrikes, including a city mayor. The targets include terrorist infrastructure sites, Hezbollah command centers, and weapon storage facilities, which were embedded by Hezbollah adjacent to civilian infrastructure, exploiting the civilian population as a human shield. And as we end News Prime tonight, a quick look at some of our big stories. Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has said President Bola Tinubu will attend the 2024 Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. In business, House of Representatives members have made a call for review in budgetary allocation to Bureau of Public Procurement. On the foreign scene, Nigeria has announced the exemption of Burkina Faso and Mali in grain exports. And that's it on News Prime tonight, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Just a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. We encourage you to follow us across all our social media platforms using our Global TVNG and other handles as you now see on the screen. I am Thuyi Agumofwebe saying a very big thank you to you for watching. Stay with Global Television.